Good morning, everybody. Phil Hemphill, P. Randolph Financial Group. Hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is. This will work for you. For those that are like, what do you mean by that? Well, if you found out you won money at 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, midday, you'd be happy you got out of bed and get moving regardless. You found out you got shot at those same times, you'd be hurt regardless. So this will work for you. It's morning where I am right now, and making this video, fresh out the car, so I still got my coat on. I'm just getting my day started. But today's message is about control. Control. You got to control your life. You got to control your spot. You have to control your day. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Let me ask you a question. When you get up, what do you do? When you get up, what do you do? When you go to bed, what were you doing? Not when you got in the bed, what were you doing before? These are all steps for your future. This will help you with being positive, being more happy, and being more successful. And it may not happen immediately. Understand, it may take a lot of time. It may take a little bit of time, but it's those changes. As an example, do you do things before you go to bed that make you get up rough in the morning? It can be a lot of things. They can be a party, a Whitney Houston type party, whatever that means. Use your imagination. It can be, staying up too late watching a show. It could be a lot of things. But then why did you do it? I'll give you a personal example. There was a company I was at once, and I've been at a few companies, so I'm not going to specifically call out any company. But I loved it at first. It was an awesome company. I thought it was a great company, and then something big changed in the company. Then it changed drastically. So, especially Sunday night before work, I would do things that would make me drag in the morning. And I'll let you use your imagination on whatever that can be for you. I want you to think about you today, because this is really all about helping you. So, think about that. So I would do some things that felt fun, but it was because I was stressed out about my next day, about what I was going to do in the morning, what the task I had at hand. I didn't like it. So I thought it was making me feel better, and I can say to a degree it was, but it would hurt me the next day. The next day I'd be tired, lethargic. Now most people, I would still function better than most people, as well as I'm sure you do. You get up and you're awesome. Maybe you need that cup of coffee, but whatever it is, you get up and you get moving. The problem is that minimizes what you can do and your capability. At one point in time, what you did, you loved. You loved it every day. You went to apply for that position, you applied for that job, you hung out with that supervisor, and everything was A-okay. Then something changed, and control is you. They don't control your life. They don't control how you feel. They affect it. They affect it, but they don't control it. It's your job to do that. It's your job to take control. What I had to do first was to change my habits on those Sundays and know the next day I was going to have a great day, be rested, be ready. That caused its own stress. Let's be real. If you change life habits, it's going to cause its own stress. But what it did was it allowed me to get in the next day. I didn't need as much coffee. I didn't drink the Monster Energy drink. I didn't do those things, and I was able to function more effectively, in my view, during the day. And it helped me learn something. One, if you're doing certain things, getting another job may be a hassle, because there are certain things, we're not talking about me, we're talking about, again, you. There's certain habits you may have where you can't get a new job based on their pre-hiring decisions. Again, use your imagination. You probably know what I mean. So therefore, you can't even apply for the job. Now, because you apply for it, you've got a gap of time where you can't take the job. They gave it to you. They gave it to you the next day. You couldn't take it because you couldn't go to that meeting. But the other thing is, once that stopped, I realized something. I just don't like it there. You probably may realize once you make those Sunday night changes or their Monday morning changes or whatever your shift is, because again, you have a shift, um, you just don't like it there. So then it takes the steps of, again, honoring what you're doing, honoring the company. You may find that with honoring the company and being the best you can be, you get out of that situation within the company. But at the same token, you have to make everything the best for you in honor of them. They are paying you. I mean, if you were paying you, you would do you right and then make the next move. All right, now, next part of control. The morning. What do you do in the morning? Hopefully you slept well. Hopefully maybe you had company, and that was its own thing. Sometimes sleeping needs to be on a certain schedule. But once you get up, what do you do? Do you have some kind of prayer? Now, I'm not getting into that conversation. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to do that on this conversation. But I'll go into, do you talk to the universe? Do you believe in fate? Do you believe in a God above? Do you believe in whatever it is? Because in the morning, if you believe in a higher power of some sort, you'd have your prayer. If you believe in the universe, you'd have your prayer. If you're an atheist, for example, don't believe in anything, you need to lift weights and stretch. Now, everybody should actually lift weights and stretch regardless. But what you do to start out your day really does matter for your steps through your mission. I take my little dog. I got this little dog. I take her out every morning, and right when she gets out of the cage, she stretches. And I watch her do a little stretch, leg stretch, and every dog I ever had did this. So I started doing stretches. And I realized just not hearing my knees pop in the morning after I've done that, like during the day, is so great. It just makes me feel younger. Also, you're more loose. You move better. So, what you do to start out really counts. Now, before that, let's rewind before that. Do you have your clothes ready? Did you set your alarm and accomplish it? Many people say you take small losses throughout the day, which makes you feel like a loser by the night. Again, small losses throughout the day that make you feel like a loser by the night. And one of those is the snooze button. I plan to get up at 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it is. Snooze. We've all done it. I've done it. I'm not going to say I didn't do it. But I do realize, snooze. I feel like I lost. Guilt. You suck. Can't get up. Now, depending on what time you set that alarm for in the first place, you're behind schedule. Clothing. Did you arrange your outfit the day before? Well, if you were like me and you didn't like where you were going, you probably didn't, no matter how good you looked when you got there. You need to do that the night before, but that's when you have open latitude and time to do that. Maybe during a commercial or something. Maybe commercial, go pick a pair of pants or a dress, pick a blouse, pick a shirt, pick a tie, pick a scarf, pick whatever you pick, but throughout the commercials the night before. Because the morning of, you do that starts dragging out your schedule, and that anxiety and that pressure and that stuff builds up. Control. All right, so now you've hopefully picked your outfit. You hit the snooze and you got up, or you didn't hit the snooze. Hopefully you didn't hit the snooze. And like I said, you did your devotional, whatever that means. You kissed your significant other, whatever that means, and you've gotten moving. So you're about to go out, get in the car. What do you say to yourself? What do you say to you? Do you say, this day, it's gonna suck. Bump this day, forget this day. I'm gonna get in my car. I guarantee you somebody's gonna get in front of you in traffic and help that feeling get better. And I don't mean in a good way. It's gonna increase that negative feeling. I guarantee you when you get in the office, that one person, if they're Perky Pam or Tipsy Tom, leave that alone. At the end of the day, they're gonna upset you because of how you feel. You're letting them control you. So again, get up on, hopefully you set up yourself the night before, you get up on time, you have something you do to help you feel more in tune with the world and the universe and whatever your beliefs are. You've got yourself together for your day in a positive way. And you said to yourself, I am the best person I know. I love me. That's why I want to live. And that's why when I go in here today, I'm going to take over and be the man, the woman, he, she, them. I'm going to be that person and make it happen because I'm great. Not, it's going to be a bad day. It's going to suck. It's going to be tiresome. I can't stand name, insert here. I can't stand supervisor, name, insert here. Matter of fact, whoever you don't like in terms of leadership, check their resume one way or another and find out what they have that you have and what they have you don't, and get that. Control. Control. Now, one last thing about this control. Let's rewind a little further. Are you like I used to be? The family. This one thing my mom did, this one thing my dad did, this one thing cousin did. Whoever did something to you that's upsetting way back when, 1, 5, 10, 15 years ago. Well, guess what? You are letting yourself off the hook and giving them control, and they're probably sleeping like a baby. Newborn baby sleeping at night all through the night. Well, a newborn baby don't sleep through the night, but you get my point. They're probably fine right now. You don't need to address them, go back to them, get to them. You know, if you feel that way, you probably need a counselor. That's a different conversation, a different day. But you have to say to yourself, and I said this to myself, self, what happened then improved my life? Whoa, improved? You crazy. No. If you sit back and think about everything that ever happened to you and try to find 1 to 3 things of why it helped you, you will feel better about scenarios. They suck. Those scenarios were bad, but there's 1 to 3 things that is positive from that you learned that could be a good thing. If you can't find the 1, 3 things, you ain't thinking hard enough. You are not thinking hard enough. Just, you know, this may not be your message today, maybe your message 5 years from now, 10 years from now, but you'll find that, oh, that thing made me better at this. That thing made me able to handle this, that thing. And once you get through it, that will be like a snowball down a hill to an avalanche. That'll be like a car going down a hill from 5 miles an hour to 30. That'll be like you lifting that first weight day 1 to lifting that weight that's much bigger day 100, day 200. It all compounds on itself, and it's all based on your control. You control it. Not your mom, not your dad, not your kids, not your spouse, not your friends. You control it. I know people in my practice that had illnesses, situations that I don't know if I can handle them because I haven't been through them. And during, it sucked. Yeah, it sucked. It sucked. But afterwards, their life was beautiful. And it's all based on control. Control by you, yourself, and what you want, and know that you will be the person you want to be 5, 10, 15 years from now, but it starts in baby steps. The baby will crawl, get up, fall, cry, bump its head, scratch its elbow, whatever else, and then one day that baby's running track. Like, subscribe. I don't send a lot of messages because I don't want to overwhelm you, and I try to make them short. Short can be relative, but I try to keep them between 5 and 20 minutes tops because that's my attention span for the most part. I'm sure it's yours. So again, like and subscribe to my network to continue these great messages, and you have a fantastic, wonderful, wonderful day, whatever day it is and wherever you are.